Hi kids, this is Nurse Karin reading you Betsy Who Cried Wolf on Reading Across America Day. Happy reading. This is by Gail Carson Levine and it's illustrated by Scott Nash. Okay. I think I swallowed a bug. The grass here is really sweet, but it's greener over there. We can outrun her. When I was a lamb, I was polite to my shepherd. I hope the new shepherd isn't strict. Turning the page. Ooh, it's getting exciting. Make us proud, Betsy. On her 8th birthday, Betsy took the shepherd's oath. She was going to be the best shepherd in Brave Valley history. But any wolf who tried to eat her sheep better watch out. She's got a shepherd's crook in her hand, and she's going to get those wolves and get them away from her sheep. That night, while Betsy slept in her bedroom above her mom's bakery, Zemo howled on Rosenrise Mountain. Oh, these are some hard words. Ooh, he was hungry. Boo, he was lonely. The sheep were always guarded, and he was the last wolf on the mountain. He needed a plan. He thought, Yee, he had it. A plan to trick the shepherds and the farmers. It would make him less lonely, but he'd get to eat the sheep. He howled merrily. Tralee, traloo. That's a different. I've never heard a wolf say that. I would pick this book, wouldn't I? Okay. Early the next morning, Betsy packed her lunch pail with 2 helpings of Mom's pies. Yummy. Then she led the sheep up Rosenrise. When they got there, she scanned the slope to her left. No wolves. She scanned to her right. No wolves. But a ewe was trying to jump into the Soakin' Wets River. Soakin' Wets, get it? I'm sorry. Betsy drove her back and then scanned straight ahead. No wolves. All right. Hidden in a thicket halfway up the mountain, Zemo watched Betsy. Watched Betsy. She looked tough, but he'd fool her anyway. That's why you're the best, Mrs. Hill. It was a wolf. Betsy blew her wolf whistle and cried, "Wolf!" exactly as she'd been taught in shepherd's school. Every farmer in Bray pounded up to the pasture. Zemo slipped into the thicket and watched. Those farmers could scare an ordinary wolf, but not Zemo, not a hungry wolf with a plan. See her blowing her whistle? Scream! Even the sheep had to put their fingers in their ears. That's how loud it was. "Where's the wolf?" Farmer Woolsey shouted. Get it, Woolsey? Betsy pointed there, but the wolf had vanished. Safe in his hiding place, Zemo chuckled and his stomach rumbled. Farmer Woolsey scowled. "Are we going to lose the whole flock again, Betsy?" Long ago, Brave Valley had lost its sheep because of a mischievous shepherd. Oh, that's sad. "Should we send you back to shepherd's school?" he thundered. "No, sir, there was a wolf." Farmer Woolsey just shook his head and started back to his fields. All the farmers shook their heads and followed him. All of them believed Betsy. Oh, excuse me, none of them. I guess she told too many falsehoods. That's not good. Never good. Zemo almost felt sorry for Betsy. It wasn't her fault she was up against a hungry, lonely wolf with a plan. Betsy went back to work. Scan right, no wolves. Scan left, no wolves. Scan straight ahead, no wolves. All right. Time for lunch. Betsy reached into her lunch pail. She'd protect the sheep no matter what she'd show those farmers. Zemo waited. Let her eat in peace, he thought. He scratched a flea and then ate it. Ugh, yuck. Some lunch for a wolf. Betsy flashed her rhubarb pie. Scan right. That wolf again! Gotta flip the page, see what's happening. Zemo felt bad about tricking Betsy, so he howled, "Ooh-ee-ee!" She had him now. She blew her whistle. She hollered, "Wolf! Wolf!" When she turned to look for the farmers, Zemo tiptoed away, feeling like a skunk. But he had to follow the plan. A wolf had to eat. Only half as many farmers came this time. No one even saw a hair of a wolf. Farmer Woolsey took away Betsy's whistle and sent her back to shepherd school. "Oh, we're disappointed in you, Betsy. You've let us down." And so she's back at the classroom, and it shows sheep and a wolf, and she just does not look very happy. And I like how they have it stamped, Lomedale Elementary School. This is your last chance. Let's go. I'm starving. The next morning, Farmer Woolsey let Betsy have the flock again, but he said it was her last chance. When she reached the pasture, she scanned right. No wolves. She scanned left. That wolf again! But this time he was... Where was he, Mrs. Hill? Snarl, growl, growl. Baring his fangs, he is galloping down the mountain towards the sheep. Betsy blew her whistle. She cried, "Wolf! Wolf!" She turned to look down the slope. Nobody was coming. She had to stop the wolf herself. Betsy spun around to watch him. Her foot knocked into her lunch pail, and the wolf, or her pie helping, tumbled out. Oh, what a waste of good pie. And the sheep's going, "Meh!" at the wolf, not Betsy. Zemo stopped short and sniffed. Yum! The sheep just smelt like wool, but those pies smelt delicious. He took a step toward them. My, he was skinny, Betsy thought. Poor wolf. He was starving. Still, she had a job to do. She picked up her tin plate of shepherd's pie to hurl at him. Zemo sat on his haunches and howled. A tear trickled down his cheek. "He has a lovely voice," one of the sheep said. "Watch out, doggy. Food! Food!" He sounds very pitiful, doesn't he? And they're just very sad for him. Betsy lowered her arm. So far, he hadn't hurt the sheep, but if he wanted her lunch, he could have it. She put the plate down and stepped back. "Help yourself." Yum! Zemo rushed to the 2 big helpings of pie. Betsy watched. For a second, she thought about petting him, but as shepherds couldn't pet a wolf, Zemo wolfed down Betsy's lunch and licked the plate clean. He felt much better now, so he wagged his tail and trotted away. The power of food. Especially pie. Easy on the fleece. She's trying to get someone out of the brambles. Halfway up Rose and Rise, Zemo had hid behind a tree and watched Betsy. A ewe had gotten stuck to a bramble bush, and she was pulling the brambles out each one by one. What a fine shepherd she was. But those lambs over there were too close to the cliff. "Look, shepherd, look!" But he was too busy, or she was too busy in the lambs. Bah! Zemo had to save them. He bounded down the mountain, growling and snarling. Betsy whirled around. That wolf! Charging at the sheep, and she didn't have any more lunch to give him. She picked up a stone, but she didn't throw it because he was chasing the lambs back to the flock. He was hurting them. He was great at it, too. Who would have thunk it? A wolf, a shepherd. For the rest of the day, Zemo helped Betsy with the herding. When the sheep didn't move, or need them, Betsy petted Zemo, and he laughed Oh, taught her how to howl. I'm so sorry. Then they sang together. Tra-la-lee, tra-la-la, ha ha ha. I don't howl like Wolf. Okay, we're almost there, kids. That night, Betsy took Zemo home to eat chicken pot pie and sleep in a room over her mom's bakery. In the morning, Farmer Woolsey and the other farmers apologized to Betsy. Next, Zemo howled the shepherd's oath. Keep sheep safe. Sing-songy, I know. From then on, Betsy and Zemo herded together and ate Mom's pies together. The two shepherds of Bray. You know there's a moral in this somewhere. And there is, kids. Someone should write a book about these two. You think they did? People who cry wolf may be deceived and not deceivers. Share your lunch and you'll probably have wool for a nice warm sweater. Wool on the sheep is worth more than wool in the wolf. The pie is mightier than the fang. Somewhere a shepherd's best friend is a wolf. A story with too many morals is like a book that won't end. Oh. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book. I sure as heck did. And thank you, and everyone enjoyed the Read Across America book day today. Thank you.